What's up, Wildcat fans? It's David Castillo on every Pod A Wildcat. I'm here with the one and only.
Max Jones.
We just get straight into it. How you feel about uh, our non-conference record so far, and how we've been playing?
I feel like we're 6-3 right now. I feel like we obviously could have did better, but it's the road that God took us on. I feel like that we have a lot to work on, and we have a lot that we did work on, a lot of stuff that we did get better at. I just feel like from here on out, we have to get the big wins under our belt. Just keep going until we get till we get to conference.
Yeah, no, I agree. Um, I feel like the nervousness and like the butterflies in our stomach are kind of gone. Everybody being together and everybody getting used to the new scenery of being in Manhattan and playing in Bramlage. I think all that is away. So now it's really like time to like lock in and focus on what we need to do. So
Yeah, exactly.
how do you feel about the St. John's game and how that went?
I felt like it built us a little bit better. I felt like um, going into the game, there's a lot of like butterflies and stuff like that because knowing it's going to be a big game, knowing it's going to be a big crowd and stuff like that. And I just felt like once we got there and just started playing that first half, we were really good. In the second half, we started to get stagnant and stuff like that. Just the ball wasn't moving, the ball wasn't going in. And I just feel like that's the games that we need to have. That's the games that like we look back on that we had to learn from. I feel like from here on out, like we had to look at that game and say what we had to do better and stuff like that.
Mm. Yeah, I think we lost focus in the second half. I think we had success because we followed the game plan and we knew what we wanted to do. I think the second half, especially when guys got more tired and um, there was an opportunity for us to be more vocal and like for us to communicate more and remind ourselves that like the task at hand. And I think if we once we start doing that, I think we'll become more successful in like staying focused and continuing the first half um, with the second half because I mean UAPB we put up 120,
Yeah, 120.
and even then there we lost focus, just playing defensively and in the second half. So I think just always like recognizing the task at hand and bringing everybody together.
Yeah, we definitely got to get better at that. Just being able to play the whole game, not just the first half or just the second half. Just play the whole game.
So you talked about St. John's. What do you when you go watch film? What do you kind of look at, um, especially with the times we have like the first half and the second half? What are some adjustments that you see that we can make and for yourself personally?
Yeah, when I watch film, I watch a lot of film. Usually, I just watch individual stuff, and then I also watch like you at the point guard position, and like CJ at the two, and B at the three and the two. I just like to see like a bunch of different stuff, like a bunch of different ways to get into the ball screen, a bunch of different ways to cut and stuff like that. It's just I like to see like what I can do better, like off the ball, what I can do better on the ball, and then obviously my shot and stuff like that, my shot selection and stuff like that. I feel like it can get way better. That's the point of film, is just getting better. So just learning what your mistakes are and stuff like that.
What about like your preparation and like some of your like recaps from this non-conference
My
thus far?
preparation, I'd say, me individually, um, I just keep doing the same thing every day, like being consistent, watching film, getting shots up every day after practice, before practice, just getting ready for the big lights, getting ready for the big moments. I feel like the more you practice, the more confidence you have in yourself, and also like your teammates have more confidence in you. You know what I mean? Because they see you put in the work in the gym and even in film, just off the court and stuff like that. So.
What about like your recap? So like kind of like how you feel you've been doing so far. What areas you can get better at? You think?
Yeah, I'd say my recap. Obviously, I think I could do way better than I'm doing now. I feel like I'm bringing good energy. I'm bringing good, I'm getting assists, rebounds, points. I'm not just getting one thing. Um, I feel like I'm just doing whatever it takes to win. Doing whatever coach asks me of. And then you guys also, like, I'm here for you guys. I'm here for the coaches. I'm here for myself. So I just want to be able to get to the position where we could just win, not easily, but like know how to win. You know what I mean? And then know
Contagious.
know the ways how to win and stuff like that. And I feel like we're on the right path to do that too. So there's a lot of ways to win. It's just you got to be able to communicate with your teammates, communicate with your coaches. There's a lot of stuff that could be like off the. It's not necessarily on the court, but off the court. You know, like hanging out with the guys, picking each other's brains. Like me and you, like I'm not afraid to come up to you and get on you, and then you're not afraid to get on me. You know what I mean? We're brothers at the end of the day. It's just as long as you take it the right way, and most of us do. So I'm pretty sure that like that helps us win. That's just off the court stuff, but on the court stuff, get extra shots up and stuff like that, and just extra energy during practice, being the first one to the ground, stuff like that. It's very contagious when someone else does it. So then through the whole team, just once everyone gets going, it's pretty cool.
I think one of the ways to win, like with one of the winning teams I've been on, is selfless energy. I feel like a lot of the guys on winning teams, they have selfless energy. They're not afraid to be positive, or when things aren't going their way, they find a way to give energy to others and play for others. And I think right now it's like a tendency of a little bit of selfishness.
Yeah.
And I think it's just like guys just figuring it out. But I think once we gain that full grasp of selflessness, and I think we come like more together, I think that's when we'll start really seeing big things.
Yeah. How do you feel about the NIL, social media, kind of just like outside stuff that goes on within what we're in?
Yeah, I mean, me personally, social media is not really a big thing for me. I'm not really on social media like that. I try not to be on it just for those reasons. I feel like social media could be a good thing, but it's also a bad thing at times. When you're losing and stuff like that, social media is not a good thing to be on. But like the comments and stuff like that, like no, I don't really look at that stuff. I don't know how you look at it. Do you look at it like that? Or?
With the pressure, like with NIL and everything, I don't look, not really, no. I try to stay in a good headspace, and I talk with my family, and I just try to keep whatever's, who I'm in it with, I try to keep that the main thing. So like my daily approach and staying present. I live by the words carpe diem, like staying present and like being where my feet are at. Like I feel like once you look into that stuff, that's when like certain distractions and everything, and it conflicts with your team. So I try not to look into that at all, and so it's but I check though. I check, and, so I giggle a little bit.
Yeah, so. I check too sometimes for motivation.
Yeah,
because people say some bad stuff about you or even good stuff about you. Just look at it in a different way. Look at it as like fuel to the fire. Yeah.
So Unc, since you're uncle, how do you feel about NIL impacting a locker room? Especially since your first few years of college, there wasn't really NIL to now.
Yeah, I feel like NIL is a good thing, especially when people don't come like from money like that. You know what I mean? It could help out the individual and also their family. I feel like NIL does put a lot of pressure on people. I feel like NIL is just, I want to say like a different way. There's not a lot of stuff you can say about NIL. Like
it's a weird situation.
It's basically a job, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's kind of balanced out. Other people make different amounts of money. Like I don't really look at that type of stuff. I know other people like on the outside they do. Right. And I feel like people making NIL, it puts a little bit more pressure on their shoulders, just because they're getting this amount of money. But even though like in the like locker room, I don't see that with you guys or even like my other teammates and stuff like that. I feel like we all just still a college team regular. No one's making money. We're just out here hooping and just being brothers and on and off the court. How do you feel about it? Do you feel any type of way or
yeah?
Any type of pressure?
I do think certain people, like I do think athletes are starting to put this certain, like with the amount of money that they're making, they're putting this certain expectation in their head, or that they're putting scenarios that that needs to happen in order for me to keep succeeding, or that's their way of succeeding. Where it's not like that. I feel like um, obviously making the money you're making is great, but I also think your daily like process is important too. And I think people lose sight of that whenever they um, start making money, or they forget and then they go and transfer, or they so it's like you know it makes it weird because it's like if a certain school's not giving me this amount of money, if they're giving me this, okay, I'm just gonna transfer. I'm just gonna forget about the process, or I'm gonna forget about the guys who I was in the road with, so um, I think it's just a weird situation, but I love it personally.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I love it too.
yeah.
It's definitely weird. I mean, like when my first years in college, my first 3 years in college, well, 4 years in college, I didn't have no NIL. I just started making NIL. I felt like NIL can just help you throughout throughout your whole future. You know what I mean? It can help you. It'll set up your life.
Right.
And I feel like that it's just a good thing throughout college. So, yeah.
We're heading into Christmas break. We got two more non-conference games heading into Christmas break. I think this is a good break for us to kind of refocus and lock back in, and recognize the task at hand. I always say that because, but with conference play, how do you feel like this break will be good for us and heading into conference?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like the little breaks in between the seasons and stuff like that. It definitely gives us a time to refocus and get back in practice and actually go hard in practice and just learning from our mistakes. I mean, we get to watch a lot of film, get to practice a little bit more, longer days and stuff like that. And I feel like we have more time on our hands because we have no school now. So everything could be focused on basketball, focused on getting better, focused on how to win and stuff like that. I feel like it's just an ongoing thing. We got to be consistent throughout this break, and even when we get back to conference and stuff like that, we got to be locked in from the jump. Yeah.
What about family time? How you got any family members or family looking forward to see you?
Yeah, definitely. Like during Christmas break, I'm definitely looking forward to go see my dad and mom and all my sisters and brothers and stuff like that. Because I don't get to see them throughout my whole college career. This is probably be my first time going to Christmas in like 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, when you're in college, holidays aren't really a thing. Yeah. So it's definitely gonna be good to see my family and just be able to just relax for like a couple of days and just be able to get back to it.
Reset. You got any Christmas traditions you guys do, or
Christmas traditions?
Christmas festivities you guys do?
I'm British, so on my white side, I on my white side I have like different types of dishes and stuff like that. Yeah, you wouldn't know what they're called. They're called like different types of stuff. You wouldn't even know. I wouldn't say Christmas tradition is just a bunch of like British stuff. Yeah. It's different. So
That's what's up.
yeah.
When I'm away for Christmas break, or whenever we have certain breaks, I usually try to reset completely. I try to get away from everything, but I think now it's just a little bit different, especially with college and and just like trying to win these games. I think watching as much basketball as I can, I think is just helps. So it's definitely a transition that I'm trying to make. Talking with all my coaches and always getting insight, to how to do things because I don't really know. Asking insight from you guys, like the older guys. So it's just like, it's gonna be definitely a different approach. This Christmas break, just from like, sometimes Christmas break, past few years, I would work out, once a day,
Yeah.
but now it might be like 2 or 3, just so making sure I'm right and heading back to campus in shape and ready to lock right back in and start where we left off at.
Mhm. Yeah, I definitely remember when I was a freshman, I'd be watching basketball 24/7, but not so much now. Like when I go home to relax, I'm relaxing. I'm not doing nothing. I'm laying in my bed. I'm just laying there. But obviously, I go in the gym like once a day and stuff like that just to stay in shape. But I feel like, like when I was a freshman or like even sophomore, junior year, basketball was like 24/7 for me. But now since basketball is 24/7 in like actual life, you know what I mean? I feel like I need the time like to relax. Not even a lot of days, just a couple of days, just to relax and just ease my mind and stuff like that.
How do you feel about teams in our conference so far, and what do you see from them, and
Yeah,
how we can prepare for those?
I definitely see like a bunch of teams. There's a lot of good teams. Everyone's pretty good, but everyone can lose. I mean, everyone has lost. You know what I mean? It's not like we're just the only one that has lost a game. I feel like we have to go into conference, as a different team. We have to go in like, because we are an underdog. We have to go in like acting like we're the underdog. You know what I mean? But every game we're gonna play is gonna be a dogfight. Every team is ready to play K-State just because of the NIL aspect and stuff like that. I feel like there's no pressure or nothing on us. I feel like we can go out there and just make it a dogfight, make it our own game, make it at our pace, slow the game down, just play the game how we want to play it. You know what I mean? I feel like all these other teams are very good, like defensively. That's what I mainly look at is just really like what they play defensive wise, like how they guard the ball screen and stuff like that. Like again, like when watching film and stuff, I watch a lot of film on the other team. Even it's like on YouTube, I'm laying in bed, I just watch it just to see what they do and stuff like that. But I'm definitely ready to play conference. I'm definitely ready.
Yeah, I think I haven't really been watching the other teams. I've been hearing about it, that they've been losing or certain upsets, but I've really just been staying focused on us.
Yeah.
And I've been watching films on teams that we're about to play. I haven't
Mhm.
really watched film on teams that we are going to play because I feel like that's in the future. It's not really the
Right
present,
now.
So, but I'm looking forward to it definitely. And I do know that we have to go in there, a different team, like a different mindset, different, on the glass. You got to be different, the way we take care of the ball, make sure we're putting up shots so we go in there, confident, and being ready to have big games and big arenas, and so I'm excited about those away games because I feel like that's when teams come alive. When teams really come together is whenever you feel like everybody's against you, and you come together as brothers, and so
exactly.
I'm really excited for those, and I'm pretty sure we'll have some really big away games this year that will shock some people. So I'm ready. Looking forward to it. All right, Max, we got some rapid fires. If you're doing the tunnel dance, what song are you playing?
I'm from Florida, so I'm playing Skrilla by Kodak. Yeah.
I'll probably put anything on by Gunna.
Okay.
Anything by Gunna. Get the vibes going. A little two-step. You can do whatever the Gunna. So
Yeah, you're right.
if you're hosting a Thanksgiving tournament, where are you hosting it?
I'm hosting it in Tampa, Florida. Back at the
Back home?
crib, yeah. Back at the crib, just so people can come watch me and just
Nice.
stuff like that. What about you?
I'll probably do something like Dubai or something like
Something
different
crazy.
country, with a lot of money.
Yeah.
Somewhere with a lot of money.
Yeah.
So yeah, just a whole different scenery. Where the court looks different. Just people in there are diverse.
Something like overseas.
Yeah, just something like
Yeah.
completely different. With Christmas coming up, what's your go-to Christmas movie or
My go-to
activity?
Christmas movie, it would have to be The Grinch. That's definitely my favorite
facts.
movie. I would watch that movie even if it wasn't Christmas.
Yeah.
And then what you say, different like activity?
Yeah, what's your Christmas activity?
I'd say just being with the family, just hanging out, eating dinner, eating breakfast, stuff like that. Because I haven't done that in a long time, so I'm looking forward to it.
My Christmas movie probably be Home Alone.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's like
Which one?
It's a go-to. The first one.
The first one.
The first one, yeah, just because it's so like iconic.
Yeah.
And then activity, it'll probably be my family always cooks, like they always throw down on the grill. So having that this Christmas break and then inviting my friends over. All my friends are gonna be back home. So those guys are a big part of my life and like why I go so hard is my best friends back home. So having them and being on the grill is probably my favorite Christmas activity. And putting the star on top of the tree, the Christmas tree.
Oh yeah.
That's special for us. So
that is special. That's special for me too.
Yeah. So thanks for hanging out with Max and I on every Pod A Wildcat. Hope you guys have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and looking forward to see you guys in Bram. Go Cats.
Go Cats.